isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
Welcome back to my channel. The popular daytime talk show is now entangled in a legal dispute that could have significant repercussions for its future. This time, The View finds itself at the center of controversy following remarks about Karoline, the youngest White House press secretary in history. The discussion ignited a media frenzy and led to a high-stakes lawsuit. Renowned for its candid debates and outspoken panel, the show has built a reputation on controversy. However, this backlash is unlike anything it has faced before. With legal challenges looming and public outrage escalating, many are questioning whether The View has finally gone too far. During an intense discussion about Lit's debut White House press conference, Joy Behar, known for her sharp and often confrontational commentary, made a remark that many now deem highly inappropriate. The comment has fueled heated reactions, intensifying scrutiny on the show's approach to political discourse.
I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever.
She suggested that Leavitt likely secured the high-profile role because, in Donald Trump's view, she is a 10. The reaction to her comment was swift and intense, as it reduced Lit's qualifications to mere physical appearance. This did not sit well with many, and social media erupted with criticism, accusing Behar of blatant hypocrisy, particularly given The View's frequent advocacy for women's empowerment. Critics were quick to highlight the irony. How can a show that claims to champion women turn around and diminish the accomplishments of one who has made political history? For many, this incident reinforced the belief that The View only supports women when it aligns with their agenda, while others saw it as further proof of the show's long-standing double standards. The backlash was not limited to social media. Outrage, conservative commentators, media analysts, and even some liberal voices condemned Behar's remark as insulting and degrading. They questioned why a show that claims to oppose discrimination would so casually engage in it. However, Behar was not the only one making controversial statements. Whoopi Goldberg also criticized Leavitt, this time focusing on the press secretary's stance on wokeness during her briefing. Goldberg did not hold back, delivering a sharp retort. "You wouldn't even have the job without the very wokeness" that Leavitt denounced. That comment sent shockwaves through the discussion, intensifying an already heated debate. Some defended Goldberg's point, arguing that diversity initiatives and progressive movements have helped pave the way for women, like Leavitt, to succeed. However, others pushed back, accusing Goldberg of undermining Lit's achievements and implying that her position was more about political trends than actual merit. As the controversy continued to escalate, The View found itself in a precarious position. Legal challenges were mounting, viewers were sharply divided, and media scrutiny was at an all-time high. With a significant lawsuit looming and criticism pouring in from all sides, the show's future appeared increasingly uncertain.
Karoline Leavitt is the press secretary at the White House, doing a great job. Such a great job that the ladies of The View feel the green monster coming upon them. They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
Is this the controversy that finally brings The View down? The debate around the show took a sharp turn when Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar launched a direct attack on conservative commentator Karoline Leavitt during a heated on-air exchange. Many saw it as a clear attempt to silence her. The two hosts repeatedly dismissed Leavitt's responses, claimed she misunderstood their arguments, and even insisted she avoid certain words, a move that quickly set social media ablaze. What followed was a major controversy, with critics accusing the show of blatant hypocrisy. While The View has long advocated for women's empowerment, it appeared that support only extended to those who shared their views. The backlash was swift and intense, as viewers and commentators immediately called out the double standard. How could a show that promotes strong, successful women so easily dismiss one who had built a political career at such a young age? Social. Media erupted with outrage, with countless users highlighting the contradiction. One particularly cutting comment went viral. If a Republican had said this about a liberal woman, they'd be crucified. Another user criticized Goldberg and Behar for reducing Leavitt's success to her appearance rather than recognizing her qualifications. They're tearing down a woman who earned her place through hard work, not looks, one commenter wrote, echoing the growing sentiment that The View was undermining the values it claimed to uphold. The situation escalated even further when it was revealed that Karoline Leavitt had filed a significant defamation lawsuit against both Goldberg and Behar, alleging their remarks had seriously damaged her professional reputation. The case, reportedly involving millions, sent shockwaves through the daytime television world. Could this legal battle mark the beginning of the end for The View? With the lawsuit looming and public backlash intensifying, the show's future has never appeared more uncertain. As legal proceedings gained traction, the hosts of The View scrambled to mitigate the fallout. In an effort to control the damage, Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar took to the airwaves, issuing a tearful on-air apology, in hopes of easing tensions and restoring their credibility.
Without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table.
Behar's voice wavered as she stated, "We deeply regret our remarks and any harm they may have caused." Goldberg, appearing visibly emotional, nodded in agreement. However, if they expected this apology to calm the storm, they were mistaken. The backlash was swift and relentless. Social media erupted with skepticism, with many accusing the hosts of apologizing only to avoid legal consequences. One viral comment summed up public sentiment. They're not sorry for what they said, they're just sorry they got sued. Many believed that without the lawsuit, Goldberg and Behar would have stood by their words rather than backtracking. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt, just 27 years old, continued to gain prominence. Her strong, confident performance during her first White House briefing had already made an impression, but her heated appearance on The View turned her into a political lightning rod, further propelling her into the media spotlight. As the controversy escalated, speculation grew about the potential cancellation of The View. Insiders suggested that the financial strain of the lawsuit and the growing public backlash had severely damaged the show's reputation. Behind the scenes, tensions were reportedly at an all-time high, with executives scrambling to salvage the situation. Some even speculated that Joy Behar might be ousted as a last-ditch effort to repair the damage. Sources close to the situation revealed that Karoline Leavitt was deeply affected by Behar's comments and had no plans to back down. Insiders claimed Leavitt was actively considering further legal action, specifically targeting Behar's remarks, signaling that the dispute was far from over. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Joy Behar was reportedly furious over the backlash, feeling unfairly targeted and shifting blame onto others instead of taking responsibility. Behar allegedly viewed the controversy as overblown and driven by outside influences rather than acknowledging the impact of her own words. Her unwillingness to retreat only heightened tensions, creating a charged atmosphere on set. Insiders quietly revealed that the once stable dynamic among the hosts had deteriorated, with resentment and finger-pointing taking over. The turmoil behind the scenes was becoming just as dramatic as the public scandal, leaving many to wonder if The View had finally reached its breaking point. As the lawsuit dragged on, the pressure on the show intensified. Executives were scrambling to mitigate the damage, desperately trying to repair the show's reputation and prevent the controversy from consuming it entirely. With the network facing mounting scrutiny, questions about the show's future grew louder than ever. Could The View survive this crisis, or was this the moment that sealed its fate? While Karoline Leavitt has maintained a composed and professional public image, sources close to her indicate that she is quietly strategizing behind the scenes. She is reportedly working closely with legal and media advisors to ensure her side of the story is not only heard, but fully understood. Leavitt isn't just defending herself, she appears to be laying the foundation for something much bigger. Speculation is growing that she might use this controversy as a launchpad for a media venture. Rumors suggest she could start a podcast or digital platform focused on the challenges young professionals face in politics. One insider remarked, "She's not just defending herself, she's building a brand." With attention on her, Leavitt is turning this moment into an opportunity, strengthening her position and controlling her narrative on her own terms. Meanwhile, Behar's situation appears vastly different. Her inner circle has reportedly advised her to remain silent, urging her to let the controversy fade rather than escalate it further. However, Behar, known for her blunt and unapologetic nature, is allegedly resisting that advice. Sources claim she believes Leavitt is using the controversy to boost her profile while portraying Behar as the villain in the media. This has only fueled Behar's frustration, and she refuses to back down, even as tensions continue to rise.
I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
With both sides firmly entrenched, the situation is far from resolved. As Leavitt gains traction and Behar's defiance continues to add fuel to the fire, the controversy surrounding The View shows no signs of fading. Instead, it is evolving into something much larger, a battle not just of reputations, but of influence and power in an increasingly polarized media landscape. Joy Behar appears unaware of the extent to which her remarks have damaged both her own image and the reputation of The View. Her refusal to acknowledge any misstep is reportedly creating growing tension among the co-hosts, with frustrations mounting behind the scenes. One of her most vocal critics is Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump aide who has reportedly pushed for a more balanced approach. However, Behar and Whoopi Goldberg remain resolute, unwilling to back down from their statements. A deep divide is beginning to take shape, with whispers of an impending rift among the hosts. If the lawsuit continues to drag on, it could permanently fracture the panel and place the show's future in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Goldberg is facing criticism for what many perceive as a dismissive attitude toward wokeness, especially in light of Karoline Leavitt's impressive achievements. At just 27, Leavitt has held high-ranking political positions, including assistant press secretary and communications director, all while balancing life as a new mother. Social media users have rallied behind her, with one viral comment noting that Leavitt has accomplished more by 27 than most people do in their entire careers. The backlash against Goldberg and Behar continues to grow, with critics arguing that, rather than diminishing Leavitt's achievements, they should be celebrating them. As trust in the panel steadily declines, many are left wondering whether The View is on the brink of an irreversible downfall.
Karoline Leavitt isn't just making headlines, she's also rewriting history. At 27, the New Hampshire native has become the youngest White House press secretary ever.
If the lawsuit continues to gain momentum, it could deal a severe blow to The View's reputation and future. Internal divisions are becoming more pronounced, with tensions escalating behind the scenes. Behar's unwillingness to take accountability and Goldberg's firm stance on wokeness have only deepened the divide, exposing deeper fractures within the show's dynamic. For Karoline Leavitt, however, this controversy may be a defining moment in her career. The media attention has propelled her further into the spotlight, giving her a larger platform to challenge the dominant political narrative. As the dispute unfolds, she appears poised to extend her influence in both political and media circles. Many see this as a pivotal opportunity for Leavitt to solidify her standing as a rising figure, particularly among young professionals who feel overlooked in mainstream discussions. The crucial question now is whether The View's hosts can weather the storm, or if this controversy marks the beginning of the show's decline. The outcome of Leavitt's lawsuit, coupled with the growing internal discord, could ultimately determine whether The View maintains its place in the daytime television landscape or becomes another casualty of today's high-stakes political climate. Regardless of what happens next, one thing is certain: this controversy is far from over, and its ripple effects will be felt throughout the media world for a long time. The uproar surrounding Karoline Leavitt has only amplified her public profile. She remains steadfast and composed despite the intense criticism. Instead of retreating, she has confronted the challenge head-on, further cementing her reputation as an emerging force in politics. In a recent interview, Leavitt did not shy away from addressing the controversy, calling The View host's remarks pitiful, and making it clear she wouldn't be intimidated by personal attacks. "I think it's unfortunate they chose to target me personally, rather than engaging with the policies I stand for," she stated, reinforcing her unwavering commitment to her principles. Her measured and determined response has earned widespread praise, with many viewing her as a role model for young women navigating the political sphere. As the dust begins to settle, The View's future remains uncertain. The ongoing legal battle looms large, and the show's credibility has undeniably suffered a significant blow.
Karoline Leavitt here. She realizes Joy Behar has gone a little too far. What's Behar saying? She only got that job because she's hot.
Some speculate that this controversy could signal a major shift in daytime television, as audiences grow increasingly weary of the divisive rhetoric that has come to define shows like The View. This moment could be a turning point. Viewers are demanding more accountability from public figures, and programs that fail to adapt may struggle in the evolving media landscape. Media analysts warn that if The View doesn't adjust its tone, it could face serious consequences. The show's hosts are at the center of intense criticism, with Joy Behar facing the brunt of it. Many viewers are calling for her resignation, arguing that her remarks were unacceptable and have undermined the show's credibility. Critics assert that Behar's outspoken nature has crossed a line, and her refusal to acknowledge any misstep has only deepened the divide with the audience. Whoopi Goldberg is also under scrutiny, though some argue that her comments, while controversial, did not carry the same weight as Behar's. However, her dismissive stance on wokeness has drawn significant backlash, particularly when compared to Karoline Leavitt's impressive accomplishments. At just 27, Leavitt has served as Assistant Press Secretary, Communications Director, and played a key role in Trump's 2024 campaign, all while balancing motherhood. Social media users have taken notice, with one viral comment stating that Leavitt has achieved more by 27 than most do in a lifetime. As public expectations shift, Behar and Goldberg's criticisms of Leavitt appear increasingly out of touch, leaving The View at a crucial crossroads. Instead of retreating, Karoline Leavitt has turned the controversy into an opportunity, using it to strengthen her personal brand as an advocate for young professionals in politics. Her support base continues to expand, with many praising her resilience in the face of relentless public and professional scrutiny. Meanwhile, The View finds itself in crisis mode. Viewers are questioning the show's future, with some speculating that it could face cancellation if it fails to align with shifting audience expectations. The lawsuit has cast a long shadow over the program, and mounting public backlash against the hosts has put the show in jeopardy. Behind the scenes, internal tensions are rising, and a clear divide has formed among the co-hosts, with some growing increasingly frustrated by the ongoing fallout. As the legal battle continues, the uncertainty surrounding the show's future deepens. Leavitt, however, remains steadfast. Her ability to navigate the controversy with composure has only bolstered her influence in political circles, earning her respect across the spectrum. By standing firm, she is positioning herself as a formidable force for change, gaining momentum and opening doors for even greater opportunities. As the dispute between The View and Karoline Leavitt unfolds, all eyes are on her, and she is increasingly recognized as a rising political figure. Her recent decision to open the White House press briefing room to new media voices has been widely applauded, with many viewing it as a bold move toward greater accessibility in political discourse. This decision highlights her commitment to inclusivity and demonstrates her potential for driving meaningful change with confidence and grace. By challenging traditional media norms, Leavitt is reshaping political communication and gaining the admiration of a broad audience that values her willingness to disrupt the status quo. Meanwhile, the controversy surrounding The View continues to escalate. The hosts remain under fire for their remarks about Leavitt, with many questioning whether the show can recover from the backlash or if this marks the beginning of its decline, with an ongoing lawsuit, rising public criticism, and a widening rift among its panelists. The View faces an uncertain future. At the same time, Leavitt's rise has sparked a broader conversation about political discourse in America. As audiences grow tired of polarizing rhetoric, some believe this moment could mark a shift toward more balanced and productive conversations in the media. The question remains, can The View evolve to meet these changing expectations, or will it become another casualty of the times? This situation has ignited a fierce debate. Should The View be held accountable for its comments, or is this just another media controversy that will eventually pass? And is Karoline Leavitt the future of political communication, or simply another polarizing figure in an already divided landscape? Her rapid ascent from press secretary to a high-profile political voice has drawn both admiration and criticism. Some see her as a much-needed fresh perspective, challenging mainstream narratives, while others argue she is merely adding to the culture wars dominating the media cycle.